Hi folks, welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel if you're new here. Anything Buffalo Sabres related, but today's is pretty much a set video. I've got a few things I want to talk about. Look, our top 6 dilemma, okay? And I know this has been going on pretty much all summer, right? I mean, we're just like, I think I have an idea. You might like it, you might not. But I think it wouldn't hurt the team if we did it for 1 year. I don't think it would hurt this team at all. And I've got to, because yes, there's guys out there that are going to hold out. They're going to say, I'm not playing for Buffalo no matter what. Don't send me there. We know this. But this player, I'm absolutely sure, wouldn't be an issue. Guys, let's take a look. I'm going to show you a clip. Let's look at our power play last year. Here we go. Okay, there you see last year's numbers on the power play. You would think Tage had more goals. On the power play, he only had 7. He had 37 even strength goals last year. What a year when you think about it. Zucker led the team with 11. Then you had Peterka with 6. And then you had Dahlin with 5. Tuck, Quinn, and Benson with 3. Cousins had 2. Power, Krebs, Kozak all had 1. So 11 Sabres scored on the power play last year. And if you look at that total, that's 18, 24, 29, 38, 40, 43 power play goals last season. Here's my idea. All right, Patrik Laine. Now, Patrik Laine, as we know, let's look at his numbers early in his career for a sec, how good they were. When he was on Winnipeg, it just seemed like, I don't know. I think maybe the right coaches can help. I just don't know. Remember, don't forget in Columbus, we'll talk about Columbus in a sec. In Columbus, him and Torts were at each other's throats. It just wasn't a good relationship over there. But on Winnipeg, it seemed like under Maurice, he thrived. He did really good. 36 goals, 44 goals, 30 goals. And then 28 goals. And you look at the amount of games played, he would add 30 again. He only played 68 games. Then they moved from him. The next year, there was all sorts of problems. And he goes over to Columbus. He gets 10 goals in 45 games. Kind of eye-opening, like, wait, what's going on? And then the next year, he settles in Columbus, has 26 goals, 30 assists, 56 points in 56 games. And then the next year, 52 points in 55 games. And then the year where, well, he hasn't had luck with injuries and everything either. 18 games, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Then he comes to Montreal in what was really a comeback season last year, and he had 20 goals, 13 assists in 52 games, but a minus 14. But let's take a look at this clip here. Okay, that's the Canadiens and their power play last year. Laine led all Montreal Canadiens in power play goals with 15. Guys, I'm telling you, it was a copy-paste of what we see with Tage, with the blast. Same exact thing with Laine. He's got that blast, okay? And this is what, I swear, out of those 15 goals, probably 13 of them were blasts, right from the slot. Then you have Caulfield with 10. Slavkovsky with 5. Gallagher with 5. Then Suzuki 4. Heineman 3, and then Hudson, Dvorak, Matheson, Newhook, and Doc all 1 apiece. 11 guys in their team scored on the power play, 25, 30, 35, 39, 42, and 47 goals on the power play. So a very similar power play to the Sabres last year, these guys. So my point is this. He sucked 5-on-5 last year. So that means he got 5 goals in all those games. I think it was 5 goals and 9 assists. How many games did he play? 52. 5 even strength goals, guys. That's the dilemma if you bring him over. But my theory is this. We don't know how a player is going to react till you put him on a team with new guys around him. You just don't know. And the Sabres, as we know, have firepower. There is firepower on our team. This would replace the goals that we're going to lose with, people want to say, how do we replace those goals with Peterka? This is how, okay? This is how. Now, what I like about Lanny, 6'4", 208 pounds, winger, top six forward. He's mad right now in Montreal. I can tell you right, guys, what's going on out here is they want to put him in the bottom six, and he's not too happy about it, you know? So would he come to Buffalo? In a heartbeat. This guy would, no problem, he'd sign in Buffalo. Let's take a look at his contract. Okay, he's in the final year of a 4-year deal, $8.7 million cap hit. We'll talk about that in a sec. His salary this year is $9.1, but look who signed the contract with him. Kekalainen. So he has a history with Kekalainen, a good one, where Kekalainen paid him handsomely for what he could do, and it kind of backfired out there. And let's take a look at the Sabres cap space here. Right now, the Sabres are at $90.3 million. Cap space is about 5.2, and he's 8.7, right? We'll talk about that. All right, so he's right now at 8, like I said, he's got an 8.7 cap hit. Sabres got to clear probably one player, okay? One player, and I hate to keep harping on it, which I have been, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll let it go. But you know, there's a lot of possibles. You know, the Peyton Krebs, what's he making? Let me go to cap wages. Give me a sec, guys. I know he's making like 1.5 or something. He's not making a lot. All right, Peyton, what are you making? Because Montreal would have to hold just for 1 year. And I think they would do it because they want to move out this contract. They do out here. The fans will say, no, it's not true. I know, I've been watching this franchise 50 years. I know when they're about to do something. Where are you, Krebs? 1.45, there it is. Okay, so you move out the 1.45. Let's say it's Krebs. I don't know, Krebs and Bryson. You know, Krebs and Bryson move out. In comes Lanny. And guys, then we have another big forward. We have a more potent power play. That's for sure, because that would add right on to our power play. This guy last year was easily the Habs' best power play guy. Easily, just easily. Every time the Habs had a power play, I'd be like, oh no, here we go, you know, because I knew like they're going to throw it to Lanny, and he's like their Tage Thompson with the blast. And this guy just blasted in. See, the thing is, I know, I've heard the stories like you over the years, right? We hear the stories about his attitude and this and that and this and that. And also that, you know, he did have a bad attitude in the beginning. He thought he should have been picked before Matthews and all sorts of things. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that I think, a lot of good that I seen last year. I like the way the players in Montreal surrounded around him, got motivated by him. They were motivated. The Habs are motivated last year because of Patrick Lanny. I'll tell you right now. That's what started Montreal on their quest to get in the playoffs last year. It was strange. I remember when he got his first goal in Montreal, the place went nuts. The players, all of them came off the bench. It was really, like they really gravitated around this guy. And guys, you know how I like big forwards too. You know, so like getting a 6'4" guy up front that could get 30 goals, I think, on our team wouldn't hurt. But the 8.7 has to cut down to maybe, if we could get him at 7.5, they hold 1.3, right? 7.5. You know, and then we can maneuver with our money a bit. Oh, and another thing I want to mention before I forget, because Sabres fans are so quick to talk about this, the cap, guys. Sabres are sitting on $5.2 million, right? That's one signature, and that's gone. One signature, guys. One signature. Or trade, whatever, right? And it's gone. So, for the first time in our history, we've got a team that we're paying over $90 million right now. Right now. And you got people still talking about the cap, how we don't max it out. These people don't even know we have this much cap space now, guys. We have enough for one player. So I think this would, oh, my back just fell off my computer. I think this would solve our top 6 dilemma, getting a guy like this. I like the idea, okay, that he wants to prove himself, okay, that he'd feel betrayed by Montreal if he came over here, that he'd have a revenge factor in his blood towards that organization. I like that. Something I was thinking about. I really think this would be a risk-free signing because it's 1 year. Doesn't work out, we let him walk. Or guys, we even trade him at the deadline. We retain half of his salary and trade him at the deadline. You know what I mean? And get a draft pick, whatever. Like, what I'm saying is there's no risk to this because it's 1 year, there's no term. If there was 3 years on this contract, I wouldn't blame you all for saying, are you crazy? We can't take a chance on this guy. For 1 year, you can take a chance on anybody in this league. Anybody. If it's 1 year. 1 year is 1 year. 1 season. You have him for like 4 or 5 months, you're like, we got to get rid of him. Out you go. Like, so I don't think there's a big deal here if we sign this guy. This solves our top 6 issue. It helps out our power play. It gives us more size in the lineup. Yes, he's not very physical. Okay, I'm aware. He's not a very physical guy. But he's got some bite to his game. He has a cannon for a shot, guys. A cannon. This guy is like copy paste of Tage. When he gets that chance, it's a blast. It's like the goalie doesn't even move and it's in. Like really, it's that good a shot. This would help our power play, which this year I believe has to be top 6 in the league for us to get into the playoffs, because this would be to me a step towards the playoffs that we haven't taken yet in this offseason. Getting a guy like this, he would come over here because of Kekalainen. I'm sure of it. I'm positive he would come over to the Sabres because Kekalainen's there. He has a good history with them, right? When he brought him over, he was able somehow, because he was real angry at the Jets, if you recall. He was real angry at the Jets. But I don't know, Kekalainen was able to kind of keep the peace with him and Tortorella as long as he could. I don't know, guys. I don't know. What do you think, you know? But when he moved out of Columbus, it wasn't like all the hatred and anger and, you know what I mean? There wasn't a lot going on with him like there was with Winnipeg. Winnipeg, it was a lot of bitterness, I remember, when he left. That's why when it was rumored he'd go back to Winnipeg, all the Jets fans are like, no. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think. Long enough on this video, guys. Got a friend who's going to say hi. Come here. Come here, Rosie girl. Here she is, folks. There she is, the one and only. Who's that? Who's that? So there she is, guys. So this, to me, would solve our top 6 issue for this year. Okay, that's all. I want to make that clear. This year. And we're taking a good chance here, guys. We're taking a chance on a guy that had 40 goals before. You know, could he find that scoring touch again on this team? I think he could. Okay, I think he could. I remember there's been many players I've talked about the Sabres getting, and I was hesitant on this one because of the cap hit. But what I seen in Montreal last year, I seen a guy that really didn't fit in perfect with the team, still have enough about him as a person that all the players got around and really supported him, and I liked what I seen. I did. I liked what I seen. It wasn't like there was any ill feelings towards this guy when he was on the Habs last year. So he might stick it out here in Montreal. He might. But I don't know. Doesn't sound like it. You know, they want to demote him to the 3rd line, and I don't think he wants any part of that. So we'll see. To me, this is a bandage job for this season. And by all means, if this really worked out, he would sign in Buffalo long term. I'm sure of it. Because Kekalainen's there. I'm sure of it. So guys, done. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to get these videos out to you. I've yacked long enough. And I'll see you soon. I'm tired. Have a good night, guys.